Nights got heavy without you calling. Days felt longer than they should. I kept your name in my conversations, like maybe somehow you still could. I watched the world keep on turning, while mine just learned how to wait. I told myself, just keep breathing. Love doesn't always come late. Everyone said let it go now, like it was that simple to do. But when you love someone deeply, hope doesn't give up on you. I stayed hopeful when it would have been easier not to be. I stayed hopeful when my heart was tired of hurting me. Through the silence, through the doubt, when your absence was the loudest sound, I didn't know how to stop loving you. So I stayed hopeful. I packed away all our memories, but I never threw them out. Some things don't need a reason. Some love lives on through doubt. I smiled when people asked about me, said yeah, I'm doing okay. But healing isn't always moving on. Sometimes it's learning how to stay. I didn't wait for promises or words you couldn't say. I just believed in what we were and carried it anyway. I stayed hopeful when it would have been easier not to be. I stayed hopeful when my heart was tired of hurting me. Through the silence, through the doubt, when your absence was the loudest sound, I didn't know how to stop loving you. So I stayed hopeful. Maybe hope made me stronger, and maybe it just kept me kind. Maybe loving you from a distance was how I learned to survive. If you never find your way back, I'll still be proud of who I became. 'Cause loving you taught me not all hope ends in pain. And I stayed hopeful. Finally stopped checking the screen for your name. The fire went out, now I'm just over the game. You're showing up with that look in your eyes, the one that used to make me apologize for things that I didn't do, for space I didn't take. But I've run out of pieces of myself to bring. You're saying the words I used to beg you to speak, but the timing is wrong. My spirit isn't weak. Now you're crying in the driveway, asking for a spark, but I've learned how 'cause it's finally beautifully too late to care. You're listing the memories like there's some kind of debt, acting like us is a sun that hasn't set. But I watched it go down, I sat through the night. I didn't think I'd ever find the morning light. Now the garden is grown where you trampled the grass, and I'm not looking back through a shattered glass. It's funny how forever was too much for you then, but now that I'm gone, you wanna start it again. There was a version of me that would have died for this call, who would have picked up the pieces and carried it all. But that version is buried under miles of pride. And honestly, honey, there's nothing left inside. No anger, no fever, no desperate prayer, just a whole lot of nothing where there used to be care. So stay there in the driveway, crying for a spark. I've finally found peace in the middle of the dark. You're a year too short and a lifetime behind. I've scrubbed every trace of you out of my mind. Savior, I'm sorry for someone who's aware, because it's finally beautifully too. We were standing in the same old place, same air, same space between. I said your name, you heard my voice, but you didn't look at me. Your eyes were searching for an exit, like you'd already left. I felt the truth before you spoke, in the breath you never said. I was ready for the worst goodbye, but not for what you did. You didn't end it with words, you ended it like this. You looked away, like loving me was too hard to face, like all the nights and all the promises could disappear without a trace. No fight, no tears to prove that any of it was real. You didn't have to say it out loud when you looked away. I felt it. I kept talking just to fill the space, like maybe you turned back. But silence has a way of saying things you can't take back. Your hands were cold, your voice was calm, like your heart was already gone. I was still holding on to us, you were holding on to none. I thought love would be louder, I thought it would beg you to stay. But love doesn't fight when it's tired, sometimes it just looks away. You looked away, like loving me was too hard to face, like all the nights and all the promises could disappear without a trace. No fight, no tears to prove that any mattered even just a little, would your eyes have met mine? Or was it easier to leave me than admit you'd crossed the line? I don't hate you for leaving, I just wish you'd been brave enough to look at the heart that was breaking while you walked away. You looked away, that's how I knew it was done. I gave you my morning, my nights, my all. Built up a castle just to watch it fall. I held on too tightly, I gave too much, chasing your shadow, craving your touch. I thought love was endless, I thought love was kind, but I lost myself while I tried to find the part of you that would stay, that would care. I loved the wrong way, I loved the wrong way. I gave my heart blind, held on too long, left my soul behind. I loved too deeply, I loved too free, and now I'm broken, but I finally see I love the wrong way. I love the wrong. I waited for moments that never came, searched for your light in a burning flame. I put your needs above my own, but you were gone before I'd known. I thought love was patient, I thought love was fair, but I gave everything and you weren't there. I reached for a heart that would never stay. I love the wrong way, and I paid. I love the wrong way. I gave my heart blind, held on too long, left my soul behind. I love too deeply, I love too free, and now I'm broken, but I finally see I love the wrong way. I love the wrong way. Maybe one day I'll learn how to care without losing myself, without despair. Maybe one day love will come back around, but this time I'll stand on solid ground. I love the wrong way. I gave my heart blind, held on too long, left my soul behind. I love too deeply, I love too free, and now I'm wiser, though it hurt me. I love the wrong way. I love the wrong way, but I'm finding my way. I'm standing in the kitchen where the floorboards still creak, with a list of all the things that I was too proud to speak. I watched the taillights flicker and dissolve into the rain, and I realized that sorry is just a bandage for the grain. I reached out for the handle, but the door was already set in a rhythm of departure I haven't learned to follow yet. The space you left is heavy, it's a physical weight, and I'm standing at the station of a train that's always late. It wasn't a goodbye, it was a slow motion blur. Now I'm haunted by the ghost of the person we were. I reached for the stars, but I let go of your hand. Now I'm king of a castle built on nothing but sand. There's no maybe tomorrow, no we'll find a way. Just the cold hard debt that I'm forced to pay. The truth hits like a hammer, sharp and clever. I didn't just lose us, I lost you forever. Toothbrush is gone, but the ghost of your scent is stuck in the curtains, reminding me where you went. I find myself calling out to an empty hallway, then biting my tongue on things I can't say. I saw a postcard today from a place we never got to see, and it felt like a sentence handed down to me. I'm learning that gone isn't a place you can go. It's a hollowed out feeling that starts in the bone. I could wait 10 lifetimes, I could walk across the sea, but you're finally happy, and you're happy without me. That's the sharpest part of the blade in my chest, knowing you found the peace that I couldn't suggest. I'm a chapter you closed, I'm a fire turned to gray, and I have to live with the parts of me I threw away. I gave you all the parts of me I swore I'd never show. I let my guard fall quietly, thought this time I'd know. You said my name like it was safe, like I could finally stay. But somewhere in your promises, you slowly pulled away. I felt you drifting even when you were lying next to me. It hurts the most to lose someone who's gone but still can see. I loved alone again, with you right by my side. I carried all the weight for us while you were half inside. I fought for what we could have been, you barely held my hand. I gave my heart to someone and loved alone again. I made excuses for your silence, called it space, called it stress. I learned how to translate distance into loving you less. I stayed when I should have questioned why it felt so one way. I was building something real, you were already walking away. It's lonely when you're trying hard and they don't even try. It's lonely when you're breaking and they don't ask you why. I loved alone again, with you right by my side. I carried all the weight for us while you were half inside. I fought for what we could have been, you barely held my hand. I gave my heart to someone and loved alone again. Maybe I see love too deeply, maybe I feel too much, but I'd rather hurt from honesty than never feel a touch. If loving you meant losing me, then that's where it all went wrong. I shouldn't have to beg for love or feel alone this long. I loved alone again, but I won't stay that way. I'm done convincing someone to meet me halfway. The room was full, but I felt alone. Smiles hiding what I couldn't say. I was fighting things I never showed, hoping you'd somehow feel it anyway. I kept looking at my phone like a sign, like you'd read in my mind somehow. But the night just kept moving on, and you never showed up now. I didn't need you to fix me, didn't need perfect words. I just needed to know I wasn't hurting alone in this world. I needed you there when my strength ran thin, when I was holding back tears, trying not to break again. I didn't ask for forever, I just needed to know you cared when everything fell apart. I needed you there. You said you didn't know it was that bad, I guess I hid it too well. I learned how to laugh through the pain, ring a quiet kind of hell. I was always there when you were sinking, never asked what it cost me inside. But when I was barely breathing, you were nowhere inside. I didn't need saving, I didn't need a plan. I just needed your presence, just a hand in my hand. I needed you there when my strength ran thin, when I was holding back tears, trying not to break again. I didn't ask for forever, I just needed to know you cared when everything fell apart. I needed you there. Maybe I expected too much, maybe I stayed too quiet too long. But love shouldn't feel like begging just to not be alone. If showing up was too heavy, if my pain was too much to share, then maybe losing you taught me who really would be there. I needed you there. Not perfect, just real. Just someone to notice what I couldn't reveal. I won't blame you forever, but I'll be honest and fair. When it mattered the most, I needed you there. I needed you there. And I learned how to stand, but I needed you there. I watched you from the distance, too afraid to speak. The moment slipped away, the chances I didn't see. Every smile you gave, every laugh I missed. I wanted to step forward, but I froze in the mist. I thought there'd be time, I thought I'd be brave, but life moves too fast and hearts can't always say. I miss the beginning, I came in too late. The story had started and I couldn't relate. I wanted to be there when it all began, but I lost my chance and I don't understand. I miss the beginning, I miss the beginning. I see your memories painted in the air, moments that I'll never touch, never share. I reach for the middle, hoping it's not too far. Some doors close quietly, leaving their scar. I thought I could catch up, thought I could rewind, but beginnings are precious and they're one of a kind. I miss the beginning, I came in too late. The story had started and I couldn't relate. I wanted to be there when it all began, but I lost my chance and I don't understand. I miss the beginning, I miss the beginning. Maybe I'll write a new chapter somehow, but the first pages are gone and I wonder how I'll ever know the start, the spark, the flame, or if it's too late to ever feel the same. I miss the beginning, I came in too late. The story had started and I couldn't relate. I wanted to be there when it all began, but I lost my chance and I don't understand. I miss the beginning, I miss the beginning, I miss the beginning. The door was louder than I remember, or maybe it was my heart. You were laughing with someone else like we never fell apart. Same street, same old sidewalk, different way you breathe. I stood there frozen in the moment. You didn't notice me. I practiced what I'd say for years, but words don't stand a chance when the person who knew you best treats you like a stranger passing by. You walked past me like I was never your home, like my arms weren't the place you ran to when you were alone. No goodbye, no sorry, no look back to see you didn't even slow down. You just walked past me. I still remember all your secrets, the way you hate the rain. You used to say my name so softly, now you don't say it the same. I guess love learns how to disappear when it's done being real. Funny how you can miss someone who's loud and right there stare. I smiled like I didn't feel it, like it didn't cut that deep. But the silence after you passed me was louder than anything. You walked past me like I was never your home, like my arms weren't the place you ran to when you were alone. No goodbye, no sorry, no look back to see you didn't even slow down. You just walked past me. Maybe I loved you too honestly. Maybe I stayed too long. But losing you slowly hurt less than losing you all at once. Moving on. But this is what forgetting looks like. I don't think I'm ready yet, because you walking past me is something I won't forget. You were ready with your heart wide open. I was quiet, still learning to breathe. You saw forever in a moment. I was scared of what love asked of me. You held on while I kept my distance, called it space, called it being strong. But the truth was I didn't know myself, and you paid for what I got wrong. I thought love would wait for me, I thought you would understand. I didn't know silence could hurt more than holding someone's hand. I needed time, but I lost you. I needed space, but it broke us apart. You gave me everything you had while I was figuring out my heart. Now you're gone and I finally see what I was too blind to find. I didn't need less of you, I just needed time. You asked me where we were going, I said I don't know just yet. You heard doubt, I heard pressure, now all I hear is regret. I see your face in my reflection, in every choice I didn't make. I was so afraid of falling, I didn't see what was at stake. I thought love would stay unfinished, like a page I'd come